Here's tips for lifting on gym machines. Sit down, select weight, start lifting. It's not rocket science. I know there's this image of machines being safer than free weights, but that's like saying a kettle's safer than a frying pan. You pick either of those two up without using the handle, and you're in for a world of hurt. Gym machines serve a function. They allow you to do resistance training without having to worry about the skill and balance required to lift free weights. And that means you're able to lift more weight. Yeah, more weight. Now, because absolute strength is a measure of how much weight you can lift, and size is determined by how much weight you can lift to fatigue, gym machines will make you strong and big. But what you gain in strength, you're losing skill if you're not careful. Because no one's paying their gym membership to get injured, here's some tips to help you get the most size and strength from machines and avoid injuries. When you use gym machines, you need to get your OCD on. Visualize germs crawling all over the seat or bench. Now, this is going to stop you sitting or lying on it like you're about to take a nap. You want as little of you touching the fabric as possible. Place your feet evenly and symmetrically on the floor and make sure your knees and hips are also even and symmetrical. None of this. And do the same with your hands. Pay attention to how you apply your grip. Do it evenly. And your wrists and elbows are straight and your shoulders are level. This in itself will save you hundreds of pounds in rehab bills. Now, secondly, don't rest on the machines between sets. Why? Germs? No. If you're resting on it, you're getting comfy on it. When you go to lift on a machine, you want to be business. It's a performance. Once you're finished, leave the stage. Pace about like a caged tiger. I'm staying real close though, so those vultures don't steal my machine. They've just seen me rock out a great set, and you know they want a piece of the muscle magic. Complex it with relatively light dumbbells or bodyweight movements if you want. Just avoid using it like an armchair. When it's lift time, push through the floor with your feet. Literally like you're trying to lift the whole machine up. If you're really advanced, you can twist the floor away while you push it. So you twist your left foot anti-clockwise and your right foot clockwise. Squeeze the life out of your glutes. And if you want to add a twist of lime, push your knees out to engage even more of the glute meads. Just because you're sitting on your jelly doesn't mean you can't work it out too. Engage your anal lock so you can't go to the loo, either number 1 or number 2, and retract your scapula, which basically means, imagine there's a golf ball in between your shoulder blades and you've got to hold it there with the shoulder blades squeezing it. You do this by rolling your shoulders back and then pushing your elbows down. You keep the natural curve of your spine by thinking that only your shoulder blades and the top of your glutes are going to touch the fabric. In reality, depending on your body fat levels, more of you may touch, but visualize. And once you've got your grip, squeeze the handles hard, but don't think about your hands moving. Think about your elbows doing the moving. How are these tips so far? They're the same as if you were lifting free weights. Yep. Because you're trying to ingrain and maintain good lifting habits. But the next bit's the gold right here when lifting with machines. When you warm up on a machine, start by lifting with only one arm or one leg first. Pick either side and set up like you're going to lift with both, and then only lift with one. Do the same reps on each side. Go up through the weight, lifting left and right individually. Now when you get to the most you can do on one side, make sure you can do exactly the same on the other. If you can, then you can carry on going heavier using 2 arms. But if you're not equal left to right, don't lift with both. Just do the work in that session of evening them up. See, when you do free weights, it's much easier to see when you've got an imbalance, where one side works much better than the other. You know it because the bar's lopsided and the lift looks really uneven. With a machine, you can't tell because, like RoboCop, you're encased in steel. And these imbalances just go unnoticed until eventually you're in pain in your shoulders, your back or your knees. To think of a gym machine as like a dragster car. Steering's not so important because you're racing in a straight line, but increased torque and speed means you can still crash if you get it wrong. I hope this helps. If it does, spin me a thumbs up, and if you like my vibe, please subscribe. Woo! Woo!